Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is High-Rise Invasion, Volume 6. It's been a little while, but we are back. I thought I was way further ahead than I really am. Like, of the, what is it, like 20 volumes that are out right now? I don't know, I just assumed I was further ahead. But Donatsu Reactions told me recently, like, oh yeah, he finished Volume 5 recently of the Seven Seas version. He's going to start Volume 6, and that made me realize, oh no, I haven't read Volume 6. So we are catching up. By the end of 2019, I want to be current with High-Rise Invasion. Or if not current, then at the very least, like I want to be, within a few chapters, depending on whether I read the chapters in bulk or if I like update with each chapter, whatever. You get the idea. So let's get started. So last time, we talked about the faceless masks. The vision is becoming clear. We'll know what this realm looks like. I believe my theory last time was that they would try to find a faceless mask, put it on people, and then because the mask has a program that says, now destroy the mask, they could like tear off the mask before that happens and then reuse the same one over and over again to like mass produce people that are close to God. Okay. Oh, that's right. The very, very end of last volume was her looking at her masked self. I am very interested in that. I was just talking about this in real life, but I love the fact that Nise has that power because it is so unlike a isekai series. And I do think of High-Rise as an isekai. It's so unlike an isekai series to have a main character that has no abilities and continues to have no abilities. Like, the fact that it's her friend who is also, like, someone she had to, like, she wasn't near her friend for a long time. Like, she met her in a volume that was not volume 1. The fact that someone she picked up now has this incredible power that, adds this extra strength to her party, but not to herself. That's really cool. That also emphasizes that Yuri is the tactician in the same way that Rika is also a tactician. And it also it makes it genuinely scary. If Yuri was the one with, this weird programming in her mind, I would think like, okay, so it's not going to do that much. Or like, if something bad happens, it'll be like way later on down the line, but it's not going to like fully take her over. Whereas Nise could absolutely be taken over. They could do an arc where Nise dies or where Yuri has to kill Nise. That's all very doable in this world, like, because Nise is not the protagonist. Oh, it's so good. High-Rise is so good. All right. I really do appreciate how the series not only keeps everyone in the loop, like, not everyone's in the loop, but like our two major protagonists are communicating with one another. If one of them learns something, as long whenever they can have a phone conversation, they'll both know. It also means that it's very easy to like drop the series like I did and then pick it back up, and it's easy to just get back into the swing of things because they're constantly telling you what you should know. Wait, he can manipulate 5 masks? I don't remember that. Whoa. That is cool though. Like, he's like the doctor in the sense that he uses, like, he still has 2 masks presumably that he just uses to protect himself, but then he uses the other 3 to just help others. Man. Again, that's something that I feel like the main character in another series would have. Because, I mean, Japan loves those overpowered protagonists. The fact that a character like this exists and he's an ally, but he's not Yuri's ally and he's not Yuri, is really cool. It's interesting that they're just calling it the Ikebukuro building now. But okay, you should be able to see it. To be fair, last volume, I wasn't totally sure which one was the Ikebukuro building. I think it was the one with the super tall fencing, because, yeah, like, I remember there being one building with very tall fencing, and that's why I assumed it was. Oh, she's so excited. I really do love that she is a Brocon, but it's a very subtle bit of Broconness. Like, just the idea that her brother can see her makes her so excited. And Nise's like, what? Like, she just doesn't get it. She doesn't understand why that's exciting at all. Are they going to tell him the truth, or are they going to continue with the bluff? I assume they're going to keep on bluffing, because at any point, he could betray them. Wait, what? Wait, what? Can she just take it off? Whoa. That's actually really interesting. Can you control the suicide command of the mask? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that is a thing where if the mask is gone, they immediately try to kill themselves, or they immediately start getting the information to kill themselves. So I guess she can take it off just temporarily, but then it has to go back on before she goes crazy. I do like the subtle change in her demeanor. Like, it's really cool to have a character who can act while at the same time, like, she is very clearly shocked here, but she's not looking, so it's fine. And then when he is looking, she tries to put on her not evil expression, but like her, her evil protagonist expression. Like she tries to be all high and mighty. That is an important lesson to learn, though. Like, yeah, if something shocks you and you're trying to fake it, like you can't let yourself like react that way. It's a dangerous web you're weaving. Oh, actually, is he going to take off his mask in order to eat? I just considered that. Yeah, the angel, those wearing masks, how do they eat? Oh, okay. All right, so I was thinking, like, wait a minute, does that mean that they have to, like, suppress, like, they have to just hear themselves want to die while they eat? If so, I mean, I would relate, but... Okay, so they are allowed to take them off temporarily for, like, as long as it's very clear that they are eating. And, like, it can't be a trick. It has to be like, oh yeah, like, it's very obvious that they're eating. Oh boy, are we gonna see his face? All she has to do is turn around. I guess it makes sense, like, even in universe, it would be, like, exciting for her to see his face after all this time. I don't mean to brag about myself, but I think my face is presentable. I really like this, too, because, like, it's not a twist or anything. It's not like we've seen a bunch of characters with faces, and so he'll be, like, someone we know. It's specifically just the fact that the characters wear masks. Like, just by that, like, just because he's wearing a mask for so long, it doesn't matter what his face looks like, it'll still be a reveal. I think that's so cool. And... oh, are we not going to see it? Are we really going to go this entire chapter without seeing it? I'm fine if that's the case. Oh, I didn't really consider that, but is he sitting here specifically because he can sense that she's someone close to God, and so he just wanted to, like, chill for a bit? Okay. Is it possible to release me from the mask? Possible. It's interesting that he has more information than a normal mask does. I guess because he's a non-combatant. If God desires hope, there will be hope. If God desires chaos, the chaos will prevail. Okay, so it does come down to, like, if a bad person gets it. Oh, man. So that could be an entire arc of the series now. Like, I've been thinking about it. If, like, the series is a very long-running series, it's very possible that the first person to become God will be, an evil god, or someone who doesn't want to return anyone home. So then the next arc is going to be, like, not destroying the rules of this world, but taking down that god and then establishing a main character as that god. Whether it's Yuri or someone else. Alright. Right, if whoever becomes God does not desire it, Mr. Mask can't return to a human. Wait a minute. Is he intentionally putting it on upside down? I, Kwon Shinzaki, will try to become the perfect god for Mr. Mask. I'm really curious about that. Like, was he just doing that as a goof or something? Like, I'm not used to something like that happening in manga. Or, like, if it's a comedic series, and sometimes they'll do, like, background events like that. But because this is a more serious series, I don't expect that. I expect it from, like, serious comic books sometimes, but not, like, manga. Is there some deeper meaning to this, or did he just do it for fun? Who knows? Oh? I would like to see Mr. Mask's face. And also, what is she blushing about? This is so cool, too. Because also, the two of them, like, she has a cell phone, Yuri has a cell phone, but they don't have each other's numbers. So all they could really do in an emergency is just yell across the rooftops and say, like, hey, call me on my cell phone. Or I guess just like, hey, let's talk like this. But I really do appreciate the context of the reason why they haven't met him is just simply that Mr. Mask doesn't know if he's going to kill them or not. Okay, I really like this as her motivation. It's not that she has any particular desire for becoming a god. It's just she knows she won't want chaos. So, like, that's her desire. She just wants to make things better. With this gentleman. She was on the cover, so I am hoping that we have, like, more focus with her. Like, so far, the covers have reflected the contents of the chapters. Though, to be fair, the cover also involved her and Mr. Mask in a building, like, in a room, and there was blood. So, Oh yeah, Forgettable Girl. That's right. I forgot that she was being saved last volume. Yeah, get everything the heart desires is pretty clear in its own way. This is an assumption, but you might be able to bring the dead back to life. Hmm. I mean, I guess he's saying that just by the virtue of, God. Like, what does it mean to be God? What does it mean to get everything your heart desires? He smiled, so he really likes cartoons. This is amazing. I love this miscommunication. It's amazing. Okay. Also, I'm curious as to who he might want to... Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I forgot. He has a party. Like, in a series like this, I usually just assume that the characters don't give a shit about the people that, help them get as far as they are. I know it sucks, but, like, that's what I think of whenever I think of a post-apocalyptic / survival manga. But I assume that's what he wants, is just, like, he wants to bring back all of his comrades who died. Which makes sense. Like, that's a very reasonable thing to want. If people bring you this far, you would want to pay them back somehow. Oh boy. Also, the swoosh. So this person probably has a drone. Like, it's probably not just a spy camera, though it could be. I'm really curious about whether this is, like, someone who is doing this on their own, or if it's part of the rules of the game. Because, like, cell phones clearly work. And I think that might be part of some greater setup. Like, there might be other technology that, like, people close to God and other such people have, potentially, maybe. I really like how the forgettable girl is now our new, like, not protagonist, but our new, like, focal point for Rika's group. Because Rika himself is, like, he's too advanced. He knows too much. It's hard to use him as a, like, a person that the audience can relate to. Oh, okay, these two are new. Like, these two I remember seeing. These two are new. Yeah. You can't clear a game if you just stay in one place. But that is true. I mean, it's very possible that he could be on someone else. Like, he could be scamming them. And, like, he even mentioned outright, he has, like, 2 masks that he isn't using to save people. It's very possible that, he could set up an ambush or something. I think he's wrong, but at the same time, I understand. I can empathize with him. I mean, he's a dad, too. Of course, he would want to do a less risky thing, as opposed to the kids, where it's more, like, it's easier to do something risky. If Rika leaves us, we will be killed by masks, because Rika-chan is stronger than you. That's such a dark thing for a small child to say. Oh, man. Does she have a crush on him? It's possible. Like, I think that's definitely what this is meant to imply. Okay, so he has some level of skill on his own. I'm not sure what specifically. Oh, it probably isn't combat, actually. I was thinking of it as like, oh, maybe he's secretly a killer or something, but no. I'm assuming it's actually that, like, he has a more survival-based skill that he's, like, developed over the years. And so, like, he can just do things that the kids can't. Oh, that's why she reacted like that. That's a Kira name. Yeah. That's a cool sentiment, too. Like, even though he is kind of his own, like, he's also sort of a protagonist. He's willing to say, like, no, it's actually my sister. Like, my sister is the real protagonist of this world. I feel like this is definitely going to tie into the fact that, like, the programming is still part of her. Like, I guess that's probably the trade-off then. Like, she won't have suicidal thoughts because, like, the mask was broken. But in return, the mask's programming is still there, like, all of it. It's as if she can never take off the mask. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't even consider that. Like, I didn't process that at all. She knew that already. Somehow I know that fact. Wait a minute. Is she someone close to God? Like, did she just forget about it? Or no. Never mind. It's the exact opposite. It's because she wore the mask. It's because she has the, like, access to the database of everything the masks know. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's Mask-her. She's looking up from the ground, right? Is she, like, is it giving her the suicidal thoughts? Oh, man. No, come on, get a grip. Get a grip for the girl you like. At least until Honjo-san gets reunited with her brother, I'm gonna keep my conscience at any cost. Alright. Oh, man, I am so into her. Like, she's such a cool person. Come on, Nise-chan, hang in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought the trench coat especially looked familiar. I know him. Alright, yeah, she's grown a lot. Though, to be fair, like, Nisei's here, so is Nisei gonna just, like, jump into action? Yeah, he's really damn strong. And to be fair, she was a little crazy even before she put the mask on. Like, she was a person who was willing to murder other people. Like, not just masks, but actual human beings who can't be changed back. Or, like, who can be changed back. Like, people who have, like, someone that you can, like, speak to. So, this might be a bad combo. Yeah, they might show up in the library. If that's the case, will Sniper Mask be able to control himself? I am so curious. Plus, if Nisei gets into a rage, will she just attack him, and then will he have to defend himself? Okay. Okay. Oh no, it was a feint! Maybe I made a mistake? Oh. Oh boy. Okay, they went for it. They're going in. Something about the true ability that is given to this masked man with a sniper. Okay, okay. That's pretty cool. The thing is, it's about time to look cool in front of her. God damn, that's one hell of a ricochet. Yeah, if they have to fight Sniper Mask at some points, it's gonna be real tricky. Like, I know Yuri has already, but, like, especially in a closed space, like, generally, the idea is that, you know, an open space is much more dangerous than a closed space when it comes to a sniper, but if he can do stuff like this, there's really nowhere safe. Sniper Mask. Oh boy. And of course, she has no idea of knowing that he's potentially not a bad guy. Okay, so that's why. Like, it didn't smash into her head. Okay, run, 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 run. It's an iron law to survive in this world. Right, and because of that, yeah, and even if it's, like, even if she decides to go up and try to talk to the girls, at this point, they might just assume it's a trap. Especially if she says, hey, there's a mask here. Yeah, what is your objective? Because it's not to kill them. Like, how are you going to explain it? Is it really just, you know, oh, I remember fighting that man. I want to fight his sister. No, no, miscommunication is bad. Especially because, like, I assume she can actually just order him to say the truth, and he has to do it, right? I can't believe you made me talk about myself that much, and you're not going to tell me about yourself. I think it's uncool. Oh no. Let's start with the oldest memory I know. Okay, please, please tell me this is an actual flashback. Right, I found one, and he was stunned looking at me. I didn't know why. This is it. It's that backstory. And he had the sledgehammer even then. So it's not like Sniper Mask was the first mask he fought. It was more like he saw something he wasn't supposed to. No way, I can't believe you are wearing a mask. Oh! Okay, so there is a connection. Okay, because, like, yeah, we did know that with his, yeah, they did imply it early on, but they've always been very vague with what specifically their connection is. Okay, so he dropped not just the gun, but also the sledgehammer. We don't strike home with the first shot. Taking advantage of that, he shortened the distance. Oh, is he the one that cracked the mask then? I don't want to talk about what happened after that. My mind was controlled, but still, it was too embarrassing. Okay. Oh, and that's how he got it then. Oh, and he was actually crying. Was it because, you know, he lost this potential friend? Or is it actually because he lost that photo of Yuri? Yeah, maybe possible. We were close friends. I could honestly see it being either of those. Like, I'm certain that they did have some connection in that world. Like, he clearly did recognize Sniper Mask. But I think part of it is, like, they might actually do a fake out and say the reason he was crying was because he dropped that that picture of Yuri. It is a big mystery why I happen to wear a mask. Oh? I didn't wear a mask. I was forced to wear it by that woman. And this hair especially, it's bringing to mind that lady who was using the tablets and potentially the drone connected to it. Oh, okay, when I was forced to wear this mask. Oh, maybe a girl and a mask? Like, the big hulking body makes me think that this is a mask. Oh, they're both masks. And it doesn't look like either of them are different at all. Does that mean that there are some masks that are programmed just to, like, to make other masks? So she's like a jail warden of some sorts, and he's I guess he's a scuba diver. Yeah, I guess this is supposed to be like this, like a scuba tank on his back. The man looked like a swimmer. He had a rifle in his left hand. The woman was dressed like a police officer. Okay, so she could talk. So did she have a faulty mask, or is this actually like a function of the masks that some of them can be completely brainwashed and also talk? What? It's because my wavelength perfectly matches with that person, so I was able to unlock the language block. Okay, so this isn't the girl. Like, she isn't lucid. It's that she's being controlled by someone close to God, and then that person is able to like talk through her. Oh, okay, yes. That's so cool. And it also explains, like, yeah, like they're on the same wavelength, most likely because they're both girls with similar body types, maybe? Because that would also explain why this silhouette looks a lot like that girl's silhouette. Do you know, how do I access the railgun system? Which is something he didn't know about until Rion used it very recently. Immoderate killing is prohibited, so... And then she just had a mask with her. If you meet that person someday and your wavelengths match, you can become one of us. Oh, man. It's interesting, though. Like, so do they have to be physically close to, like, set up the connection and then afterwards they can move freely? I guess that has to be it, then. Because otherwise, I feel like they could have done something like, you know, dragging him over within range and then putting the mask on to see if she could control him. This is salvation. I do get it, though, like, and I do appreciate that the more we learn about the masks, the more it makes sense that they're called angels. Like, not just because they are, you know, under the dominion of God, but also because, like, they're mindless. They, you know, they live within the praise of, you know, the system, basically. Like, the system thinks for them, it talks to them. They don't have to think at all. They don't have to feel fear. They just do whatever is programmed, which is kind of like the Christian belief of what happens in heaven, where you don't have to think, you just exist within bliss. It is a really cool idea of it's a cool way to take that idea and use it in a scary way. How can you become happy when you're forced to wear the mask? It is surely wrong. It's also interesting that potentially she knows less than that person, but she knows about the railgun. Like, it's not just that there are certain levels, and the more you remember, if you remember one thing, you also remember everything beyond it. It's like, it's selective. It's just like, the amnesia takes out certain parts of what you know. When God is born, this realm will end. In short, only one person can become God. Okay, so that means that the person that person isn't even necessarily a girl, because they keep on saying, you know, that person. Because all the times we saw that silhouette, it was the silhouette of this mask, and then that person is just controlling, you know, this mask using that. That's why. Okay. That railgun wasn't shot in a proper way. Okay, so even beyond that, like, she knows about the railgun. She doesn't know how to use it, but she also knows that there's a specific way to use it then. Ooh, what if it's to aim up? What if the point of the railgun is actually to destroy the sky? Like, what if... I know, this sounds absolutely insane. What if the sky is like a ceiling? And the idea is that by smashing into it and, like, piercing the heavens, you're able to, like, signify that you know the truth, that you can become God. I think that, yeah, because then, like, the obvious answer of you use the railgun to shoot people or to, you know, to get yourself out of small situations, like, that's too earthbound. It's too, like, limited. Whereas by shooting the heavens, you signify that, yes, I know the truth. I know the gnosis, to get into that, that apocryphal, text. Anyways, that is mine. Yayoi Kusakabe's task. Okay, Yayoi Kusakabe. That sounds like a female name. Though, to be fair, we have Rika, so it could be a guy. I'm guessing it's a girl, mostly because this person is using a female mask to talk through. Like, because of that, and also because, like, they're on the same wavelength, and because, yeah. Like, it makes me think that it has to be another girl. And that's why they she matches very well with this person, and therefore she's able to, like, you know, sync with her perfectly. Oh, never mind, I'm retarded. No, because this mask still has consciousness. It's just like she's working on her own to make that person God. Never mind, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Okay, so it's the other way around. It's not that that person was talking through her. It's that she can talk. And the reason why she's so conscious is because she's such a good match to the person controlling her. Okay, that makes sense too, because that ties into the whole thing of the wavelengths. Like, it's not just that having the, like, in this case, like, the whole thing with Rion is, like, she has the correct wavelength with Sniper Mask, but also Sniper Mask is broken, and that's why he can talk to her. But presumably, like, there's some other mask out there that she could communicate with that would then, like, by meeting her, that mask would unlock the ability to talk, instead of just having to have it already. And that also explains, for instance, like, why Monk Mask can't talk, because even though, like, Monk Mask is on the same wavelength as his leader, Yoshida-kun, even though they're on the same wavelength, they're not close enough that Monk Mask's like consciousness has been unlocked. Okay. She really has no filter. My dad just told me that. Dad isn't right. I'm glad. He is a liar. Though, to be fair, like, everything I said before about how, these are kids, and obviously, like, he has a different perspective because he's a father. Like, that applies to his kid as well. Like, she's the least mature out of any of them. So it's not like her agreeing with the rest of the group is a good thing or it's a more moral thing. It's just like she's an idiot. She's a child. Okay, and this is also confirming that they aren't the same person. Because that is also a possibility. Because I didn't even consider that, but there's her, there's the swimmer mask, and then the other three that he said protected other people. It's possible they could have all been the same person. So this is just confirming, nope, definitely not the case. Oh, you caught him, but you don't have the angel set, huh? Are they going to make a new one? Okay, forcing him to Dogiza. She's going to just kill him, isn't she? Yep, that's it. This is salvation, not butchery. Oh, look, it's filthy. Oof. Wait a minute. I have asked 5 masks to come and help, just in case. That's interesting. Like, separately from her controller's abilities. Like, do the masks have the ability to call other masks? Because I guess in this case, like, because she just wants them to rampage, it makes sense. Like, as long as they're away from her controller, it doesn't matter what they do. As long as they just, kill other people, it's fine. Oh, is that person going to be okay after sending the 5 masks? Huh? I guess you don't know. I'll tell you then. The number of angels that person can manipulate is 30. 30! Dear God! We're in volume 6 and we already have someone who can manipulate 30 angels at once. That is absolute insanity. It does explain why she's so, like, why she 100% believes that this person is, worthy of being followed. Apart from, the fact that she probably can't control herself. But that's also just, like, damn. Also, like, I think 5 is a good number for a hero, but once you get to something like crazy like 30, that's when you either get into villain territory or, like, conquering hero territory. Like, you can't have someone like Yuri or Nisei or, anyone on that level with the power to control 30 masks. If you do that, then things are just broken. Like, the series itself has to change to accommodate them at that point. Oh, alright, one more mask down. Man, Monk Mask is incredibly good. Also, I appreciate this. Like, it's been a while. This entire volume, we have not seen this classic thing of, seeing the person almost hit the ground and then seeing them hit the ground. I guess in this case, we didn't get the almost because they're a mask. It's just seeing them hit the ground and then the sploosh. Also, I do appreciate that, like, people keep on entering the series and they are not hardened. So we can constantly, like, every volume, there's at least one person who has that realization of, like, oh wow, killing people is bad, or seeing a kid with a gun is bad, or oh my god, that's what it sounds like when someone hits the ground from 30 stories. I guess it's actually a balancing point, though. Like, it balances out the power of controlling masks by the fact that, like, they need to have one near you in order to gain one. So, like, if you send out a bunch of masks and they all die, that's it. Like, you're done. Like, you have to then risk it by going out yourself to find more masks and control them. And, like, bringing them under your control. And even then, it might not be the case. They might not have the same wavelength as yours. So, yeah, it really is a give and take. That also, yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't consider that at all. Oh, come on, hold it. Hold it together. I think the moment Yuri finds her brother again, Nisei might turn on her. Like, that'll be a really good way of signifying that everything has changed. Oh, I'm still conscious, but I can't move my body. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, and even then, I love that. I love that she's coming to a conclusion that is not correct, but it makes total sense. Like, given all those moments that she misinterpreted. Oh no, no. Come on, Nisei, get up. Fast, accurate. Nope, never mind. I keep on misunderestimating Yuri. I keep forgetting that she is incredibly competent. I don't have time for this now. There's no time for a random encounter. We're in the middle of a death scene. Okay, she's gonna spill the beans. Episode 83, I was lucky to meet you. Oh no, oh no, oh no. She's gonna have to put Nise down. That's honestly even worse than having to fight her in the midst of combats. I have to say goodbye because my mask is already broken. Yeah, so she has to either kill herself or be put down. I guess that's also a possibility. Like, because the mask is gone, she will have the suicide option. Okay, I wasn't totally sure early on, but okay. So that means that, but even then, there's the possibility that, like, the mask will override and say, shoot Yuri in the back. So I don't think Yuri can leave her to, jump on her own. She's gonna have to put her down. Before my consciousness is taken over, I'm gonna throw myself off the building. Oh man. Oh no. This feels like a situation where there's some other option. Like, somehow Yuri's gonna save her, but I can't think of any way to do it. I can't let you kill yourself. You can't give up. I mean, it might just be like, stay with me until it's absolutely the end. But, come on. But yeah, the thing's already right in front of me. Get away. It's coming. It's coming. Come on. Okay, so she is gonna have to fight. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's terrifying, too. Like, even without the mask, it's so clear that she's being controlled. It's very, like, robotic, too. Yeah, she's no longer Nise-chan. And she's coming to kill me as being a mask. Oh, that's it. That's the end of the volume. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So that's volume 6 of High-Rise Invasion. Dear God. I genuinely think, like, they've had all this build-up. I think it would be very, like, I'm sure the series could have her be saved. I'm not saying that it would be impossible to do it correctly, but the way it's been built up, I think this is going to be it. Like, this is the end for Nise. Oh man, I don't want it to be, though. I was talking recently about how, like, there's this feeling in a lot of shonen series of, I know things will be okay, I know this person won't die, but I don't want them to die. Like, it doesn't matter that I know the tropes, so to speak. Because, like, regardless of all that, I have this desire to see these people succeed. No matter what the stakes are, I'm still invested. It's something that My Hero Academia isn't giving me, but it's something that even a series like Black Clover, which isn't the greatest, it can still consistently give me that feeling. And I think that High-Rise Invasion does an incredible job of that. It's like that feeling is something I don't get from many survival series. A lot of the time in a survival series, I have this feeling of, well, I don't care, whatever, let this person die, or there's 5 people on this party, so someone's gonna die, whatever. Even if, the series takes some time to make me invested in them, I do get a little invested, but I still don't have that feeling of, I don't want this person to die. Whereas with High Rise, I do, like, I don't really get that feeling with Rika's party because it's, it's not the main focus. And because they have had more people that have just been killed off. But with Yuri specifically, like, I'm getting that feeling of, I don't want Nise to die. But I also don't want Yuri to kill Nise. It's that powerful shonen feeling. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is why I love High-Rise Invasion. That and the fact that this volume just blew past. I don't know how long it's been. It can't have been more than, like, 30 minutes. My gosh. So that's High-Rise Invasion, all right. I've already said most of my theories. I don't have anything else that really needs to be said, so we'll leave it off there. I will not have this much of a gap between volumes 6 and 7. So look forward to more High-Rise Invasion. We are catching up before the end of the year. Most likely it'll happen before the first half of the year, but who knows? I might want to space it out. We'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so very much for watching. Bye for now. Nya nya.